Hey there, guys and girls. Batosai the Mind Slayer here, and welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy IX. We last left off after we we brought Dagger into the party and went to the Trino Knight's house and beat the behemoth using only Dagger. That netted us the trophy Dragon Lady, which is a pretty, easy to get trophy. All you have to do is have decent level for her, and she'll be fine, essentially. Because as long as you know even a quarter of the summons, you'll be totally dominating. Anyway, hopefully everyone's doing well today. I myself, I'm doing pretty well. It's been a fairly interesting day, though. We ended up having to go to the emergency room today because my daughter ended up apparently fainting and hitting her head on the bathroom sink. And she's been sick for a couple days with the flu. Hey, how's it going, homie? It's good to see you here. But she's been sick for a couple days with the flu, so we were, very concerned that she was not doing well. Turns out she probably just hasn't been drinking enough fluids, even though we've been trying to get her to drink them. She's being stubborn, but that's okay. That's children for you. I know I was a stubborn one when I was younger. There we go. There's Poco's height. How's it going, buddy? Okay, so we need to go back to the Invincible. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she's had the flu for a couple days. I'm doing okay. Like I was saying earlier, we ended up having to go to the emergency room today for my daughter because she got, I guess she hadn't been drinking enough fluids and got up too quick and ended up passing out or like fainting and hitting her head on the bathroom sink when I was at work. I ended up cutting out of work really quick just to make sure she was okay, and the doctor said that she's okay, and other than what looked to be a fairly weird, irregular seeming heartbeat, she seems fine. But it was pretty scary. As a father, that's the last thing you want to hear is that your daughter's going to the hospital, or your kid in general is going to the hospital. Yeah, she's okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Dragon's Crest, and then we'll death him, and then we'll give him Stellar Circle 5, because I like that one a lot. Miss. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's gonna kill him. Go Vivi. Okay. So, first things first, where are we at with Quina? 7,000. Yeah, she's got level up on, because she was at like 17 or 18,000. No, she didn't get the shot. Yeah, this is a different type of flu, apparently, that's making the rounds. It's been worrying a lot of people. And I don't blame them. It's kind of a scary thing to think about, drug-resistant flu. But that's basically inevitable because of how germophobic our society is. I mean, the more we have people out there constantly overusing, and yes, I said overusing. Oh? Okay. Why is that there? Thank you. I don't know why my sort was off so much. Yeah, honestly, it's it's how they do it, you know, it's how they use the flu, or what they do to, give you a flu shot. It's how they do that, that, it doesn't concern me so much, but that's why, people are still getting sick. Because what they're doing is they're giving you the flu. They give you an injection of the flu virus, but what it is that the flu virus that they have is weakened. It's a very weakened strain. And so your body finds the flu virus floating around in your body, and your immune system response kicks in and sends your white blood cells to attack it, because they now know what to look for, then it's more effective to fight against it. But at the same time, like I said, the more that we go crazy with the hand sanitizer and stuff, the more you're gonna have people that end up getting sick like this, and they're not gonna be able to, fight the flu, because they've been, basically making evolution take place. And obviously, when only the strongest survive, only the strongest is going to be able to infect you. So you never know. Yes, they do. That's exactly right. It's not necessarily even a dead one sometimes. Sometimes it's just just a weakened strain, which is crazy, But yeah, that's the way that vaccines work, You have to, your body has to know what it's fighting in order to be at all effective against it, and in order to do that, they have to give you some of that virus. Which, yeah, it's kind of a little freaky, I don't mind it because of the fact that, I understand how it works. And I have a fairly decent immune system. But for those that don't, or people with compromised immune system, or weakened immune systems like children and or old people, you're gonna have people that end up catching it anyway. Even though they had all the precautions taken. And that's no bueno. Alright, Quina. How are we looking? 57? I thought she was already at 57. And the rest of my characters are getting super high levels and stuff, but I'm just trying to get Quina semi-close to her level. Viruses and diseases are becoming resistant to antibiotics, and we're running out of ideas to cure those things. I don't believe the flu shot makes you resistant. I think it's the immune system. Well, yeah, you're right. The flu shot isn't what necessarily makes you resistant. It's your immune system, but your immune system needs to know what it's fighting. And if it doesn't know what it's fighting, it's going to fail. And that's what happens with cancer. Essentially, what it does is that the cancer cells don't look like cancer cells to the white blood cells. They look like just normal, everyday cells, and that in turn is what causes them to not fight the cancer. And scientists have actually recently been doing this, but they've been working on a gene therapy type thing that can make it so you're essentially, it's immunotherapy, I believe, not gene therapy, but an immunotherapy where they literally will just place a certain marker, like a genetic marker, into, ooh, that was crazy, but they'll place like a genetic marker into a cancer cell that makes it something that does tip off the white blood cells, and it'll end up actually forcing the white blood cells to act, which is really cool. And they've actually, in at least laboratory mice, they've been able to cure all sorts of types of cancer that way, because it's literally the immune system of the body working at its actual natural pace, but it knows what it's looking for at that point. You know what I'm saying? I know what cancer is, dude. Trust me. And yeah, what I said is accurate, because if you think about it, it's because they're not being fought that they grow out of control. So yes, we're both right. I know what I'm talking about because I do actually read a lot, so I know what I'm talking about, my buddy. Nobody got it wrong. We're both right. Yep. That's where I got my first information on it, but you know, obviously they only kind of gloss over it in school, and that's not good enough for me. So I went and did some independent reading on it, and I've been keeping up on, you know, medical technology and stuff. I'm very interested in that kind of thing. So whenever some sort of like a new cancer therapy or whatever comes out, I'm pretty excited about it. And so when I saw that they were doing that, I was like, dude, that's completely genius, and I don't know why nobody ever thought about it before. And I'm sure it probably had a lot to do with the doubtful, because that's not necessarily how that works. The cancer cells are the body cells that everyone has. Everybody has cancer cells in their body. It just isn't always, you know, a cancer cell. It's just a cell that, like you said, makes a mistake and grows out of control. But when those cells start growing, the body itself can fight them, and they're not actually, you know, the only reason that they're not healthy for you is because they actually can really interfere with your body's natural systems. That's why it causes people to, you know, get so sick. It's because it's actually interfering with the body's natural systems. How the fuck did he kill me? And why is she not auto-lifing? That doesn't make sense. She didn't auto-life. I literally made sure that that was one of the things that I did. I can't not auto-life with my low levels. I just want to get her to 60, probably like 65 before I go and fight Ozma, which shouldn't be too long. Spend a fortune in freaking high potions, but that's okay. Oh, dude, it's all good. I don't mind a debate. I honestly prefer it because that's how people, you know, first of all, that's how you grow as a person. You know, if you always go around without your ideas being challenged, then you're never going to grow as a person. So I absolutely welcome a debate. It's not a problem. And I respect his opinion, and I definitely respect him as a person, so I'm not worried about how it would go, honestly. I don't feel like it would devolve into some sort of a fighting match. It was semi-debate. I won't even say it was really a debate. It was kind of like kind of just a conversation where there was a semi-difference of opinion. Which really wasn't even a difference of opinion, really. I mean, we're on the same page. It's just kind of worded differently, is all. Dude, debate's actually a really healthy thing for your mind as well, because you're sitting there critical thinking, you know, like, if it wasn't for Angel sitting there with the critical thinking, he wouldn't have been, you know, calling out what I was saying. And so, critical thinking is very good for people, and I fully support people going through those debate type classes, because those help people, you know, like I said, helps them grow. Owning people, I love it. Yeah, dude, I enjoy a good debate. I really do. You know, I'm not always the most, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not always the one that's right, and I don't mind that at all, because it's not, it is technically a competition, but it's not, I don't see it that way. You know, I don't see that as a competition so much as just kind of you know, just a nice conversation. Even though I've been in some debates where it was far from nice. It was kind of very rude in most cases. But, yeah, I mean, if two people respect each other, you know, and they are able to have a conversation, then I feel like it is pretty healthy. Well, some people say that water is not wet, but if you put something underwater, it is not wet. That makes the argument dumb. If you say something underwater isn't wet, is that what you mean? Because if that's the case, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Alright, oh, she just has... Oh? Oh, goody. Here we go. JC's trying to poke the bear. But, yeah, I mean... Oh, I can't get what I'm looking for here. That's lame. They say that because you can't see water drops underwater just when you come out, like, they're trying to act like Einstein. Oh, that's so funny. No, I totally agree with you too. I mean, I've heard some pretty facile arguments in my time, and it was it was kind of almost mind-boggling to think that somebody could think some of these things. But you know, everybody's different. Everybody learns different, and so I let them have it. You know, I'm like, okay, man, whatever you say. You know, but I obviously, if they want to learn, you know, and they want to grow, I'll debate them, you know. But if they don't want to at all even have a conversation, or, you know, if we're not going to be able to respect each other, then I just let them have it and just go for it, man. You feel and believe whatever you want to believe. Oh, don't even get me started on that, because we will have a debate on that one, because I'll tell you right now, the number is 2, and no more than that. There are certain exceptions, and those certain exceptions are completely biological, and that's it. Otherwise, it's just a feeling in your head, and I'm sorry. But, yeah. But at the same time, if you do feel like that, that's totally cool with me. I have literally zero reason to not like or support you, or ever say that you're not feeling, you know, something that's correct to you. That's not at all something that's my opinion. Like, I shouldn't have an opinion on that at all, because it doesn't, I'm not personally going through that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't, I'm not saying it doesn't affect me, because obviously the people around me, it is affecting. And if it affects them, it affects me. But I'm not one of the people that's going through something like a gender crisis. And if that's the case, you know, all I can do is be very supportive of them, because, you know, they're still people and I love them no matter what, because I tend to love everybody. You know, I'm one of those people that if I can help somebody, I will. You know, I don't care who you are. I'm going to try to help you. You know, one of my subs, he's a good friend of mine. You know, he's been around for a very long time. He's been around since probably one of the founding subs, I would say. And he, you know, he was struggling with some lack of food, and I was like, dude, I got you. You know. Yeah, I'm actually, I hadn't heard the whole, I know of that stupid attack helicopter meme was. I'm fairly certain it was from somebody arguing with somebody with, like a transgender, person. I'm sure it came from somebody that was arguing with one and decided to say, well, if I want to be an attack helicopter, I should be able to. I'm sure that was probably where that came from. But I find that to be pretty rude, personally. I don't think we should mock them. Not at all. I feel like, if anything, we should be supportive and try to help them, you know? Because obviously they're not happy, and you don't want them to be unhappy to a point where they're going to not want to be around anymore at all, because that's so uncool, man. Let's see. Reflect null. Reflect times 2. Okay, half MP. I don't know. All told, in big picture, I just want everybody to be happy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I'm talking about, Angel. And get them help, you know. Whatever help that is to them, like, if it helps them, I don't mind. If whatever they want to do, man, do what you gotta do. But, you know, you can't be forcing that on other people's kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if, say, Sally, you know, wants to be Billy and she's 4 years old, tough. You know, you're not old enough to make that choice for yourself, I would say, personally. Because what if you're, you know, just like, oh, hey, I want to do that on a whim, but then you regret it in the end? Whose fault is that, you know? I'd say it'd be the parents for allowing it to even happen. But in Canada now, there is legislation that's being pushed through that would make it so if you don't support that and allow them to transition at even such a young age, that they can be taken away from you. And that's incredibly wrong. Those are our children, and who's to say that, you know, who can say really for certain that anybody else could raise them any better? You know, like, the government can't really say that, you know, we don't know how to raise our kids better than them. You know, they're the government. We're their parents. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of people are getting really worried about that. And I am too, you know. If it came down to it and that was something that my daughter wanted to do, you know, it would be something that I would support her, but at the same time, I would want her to at least wait until she was old enough to really make that choice, you know, like, I wouldn't want to just let her jump into it, because that seems kind of haphazard and reckless. Canada is too nice. Let's see. Canada's so stupid. Is too stupid. I don't. I don't know. It's really difficult because it's a very touchy subject. A lot of people get hurt feelings over it, and it's understandable. This is identity, and identity is very important to people. And I don't blame people for getting, you know, all up in the air about it. It's totally understandable because this is who they are. And if it's compromised in any way, it's a pretty big hit to the ego, and it's totally understandable to be upset about that. And if for some reason somebody doesn't feel comfortable in their skin, that's understandable too. Like, I definitely understand that. I have an autoimmune disease that made my skin, like, it kind of like, it was almost like a psoriasis type thing, but it's not psoriasis. And what ended up happening was my skin became discolored in splotches, and so it's pretty bad, man. Like, I get it. I don't like the way my legs down by my feet, they're spotty, and people, like my daughter, asks me why my legs look like they do, and that really kind of hurt my feelings, to be quite honest, because I don't like the way it looks, and the fact that she's looking at it, and because she's a child, she's so candid about it. Yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings. But at the same time, I also am mature enough to know that she's 7. She didn't mean to hurt my feelings. And if she did, then obviously we'd have other things to talk about. But she didn't mean to hurt my feelings. She's a 7-year-old, and that just was curious. Yes, absolutely. And I agree with you, Angel. I personally, when it comes to facts, I don't care about anybody else's opinion. If it is a fact, it is a fact. And I will argue it till I'm blue in the face. Like, that's one thing that I think makes people not like me, and that's okay. I'm not here to be the most well liked. I am just here to be here, and that's kind of why I don't. Like, if people don't want to be, around me, I'm not going to force them. So, if something like that was to happen, it's not going to necessarily kill me, but I'm obviously going to be upset about it. Like, if somebody gets all upset because of something I say, I don't want them to be mad at me, but at the same time, if they are, I'm not going to sit there and, cry over spilt milk. If they're mad at me, they're mad at me. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I'm not saying I don't care, because that's far from the truth. I do care. It does affect me. If one of my friends or something just didn't want to be my friend anymore, I would be affected by it. And if it's one of my really long time standing friends, I would work to repair that, that friendship. And I always do, but there is certain times where, enough is enough. And if you tried enough and no one's responding to it, then nothing's gonna change about it, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I care about everybody's feelings. It's just when it's a fact that we're arguing over, I'm going to repeat that fact until you understand that is not going to change my opinion. Like, I don't know. If you were to say something like, "Well, I think that the sky is green," I'd be like, either you are colorblind, or you don't know what the color green is, because the sky is blue. I mean, and sure, you can argue the science behind why that is, and that's fine. But at the same time, like, the sky arguably is blue, unless it is covered by clouds, and or black at night. And so, arguably, the sky is blue. Or the sun is hot. Like, if somebody's like, "Oh, I think the sun is an ice cube," I'd be like, you're kidding, right? But like the sun is millions of degrees hot, so nice try. Exactly. Exactly. It's because of the spectrum of color that we can actually perceive. Our eyes are actually kind of terrible. They're not as bad as some other creatures, but they're pretty bad. Exactly. Which is funky, isn't that? It's like, it's hotter on the surface than it is in the core in certain places. Well, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. To you, objectively, the sky is blue. Because you have human eyes. If you were not human, it might be a different color. But you are human, so your reality is that it's blue. Funky. I love funky. That's a great word, personally. And also, coincidentally, I love funk music. I don't know if you've ever listened to funk music, but you would love it, I think. Well, it's funky, and I love it. One of my favorite funk songs ever is Give Up the Funk by... And yes, I'm going to say the word funk a lot in this next sentence. But it's Give Up the Funk by George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelics. And it's, oh, so fantastic. It's great. Some animals have human eyes too. You mean like human-like eyes? Or are we transplanting human eyeballs into animals? Because that'd be weird. It's... Do 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 do. Ow! We're gonna turn this mother out. That's good stuff, man. Human-like. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was just making sure, because if they are, you know, if they're making funky human hybrid or human-animal hybrids or something, I'd like to know about it so that I can avoid them at all costs. Muted? I'm not muted, am I? Oh, are you? Ah, I see what you're doing. Smart ass. Why can't I use a tent there? What the hell?
LOL, just kidding.
Oh, jeez. I'm assuming it is because I was singing. It's okay. I can't sing funk music. I can sing all sorts of other things. And I am actually fairly decent at most other things. And I'm on the headset, so mic quality not great. In that aspect. I'm what you would call a god of karaoke. Because that's the point of karaoke, is sounding terrible. I'm a god of karaoke. Sing something? Nah. Not on the spot like that. Not on stream for the whole world to hear. Not, and in not a serious way. If I do sing something, it'll be something stupid, probably. Nah, I have what you would call stage fright, and that's why the only time I ever did karaoke was when I was drinking. And I haven't done it in years, because I haven't drank in years. I don't listen to Taylor Swift, my friend, so I don't know any words to that song. Matter of fact, if I do, it's only because the establishments that I've worked for in the past had terrible taste in music. And that's just my opinion. So if you like Taylor Swift, I apologize. I'm not trying to ruin your day, your night or anything, but I think terrible taste in music at that point. Like, I just don't like it personally. But maybe that's because it was repeated, like, incessantly in my stores. If it wasn't something I listened to every 5 to 10 minutes, like, I swear, it felt like it was every 5 to 10 minutes. It certainly wasn't that often, but, you know, if it wasn't an every couple hour thing, or like one of the most popular songs on earth, or at least in our country, you know, I wouldn't probably mind it so much. But yeah, I absolutely find her music to be dreadful. I don't really have an opinion on that personally, because, you know, big picture, I don't pay that close attention to Hollywood or the music industry because I'm not in it. I guess, you know, I pay attention enough to the things I'm interested in the music and Hollywood, you know, like movie industry. But otherwise, I'm really not all that focused on any of it. So things like you know, Taylor Swift drama, you know, it's like whatever. A garden hoe. Okay. That would be pretty strange to see. She had like a flat head and a long handle or something. That'd be disturbing. Yeah, sure you were. Okay. We're almost ready to go and attempt Ozma again. Because this next time that we try, we're gonna try it with Angel Snack. I don't know. I'm not even sure I'm gonna beat him, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna keep trying until I just get lucky. Have I earned a lot of subs this year? Actually, yeah. So far I've earned about 10, which is pretty good. And I know that sounds kind of like a small number, but 10 for the first 2 months, or like the first month and like 10 days, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Because honestly, I've noticed that my sub count grows when I have, you know, older games. Older games tend to get me more viewers anyway. I consistently have around 4 or 5, sometimes even 6 or 7 people in my Final Fantasy IX streams. So yeah, they're consistently my better streams in terms of sub growth. That said, Watch Dogs, the first one, was the best one for my stream, for my channel in terms of sub growth, except for Injustice 2, which if you were here for Injustice 2 and you've been suffering like through all of my other streams, I am so sorry about that, and don't worry, we are gonna be fixing that soon. Because I don't know if y'all saw the Ninja Turtles trailer, but that is happening. Oh yes, it is. I am so stoked for that. Okay. Are you effing serious? Leave her alone, you wagon. Leave it alone. I don't know. Him, her. The Q tribe. Dude, I know, and I feel bad about it. I really do. Like, I didn't just abandon them necessarily, but to be quite honest, unless my buddy Trevor's over, I don't really find much of a challenge in that game. Like, my buddy Trevor and I, we have a lot of really good fights, and I feel like if I was to live stream that would probably be pretty cool. But he's over fairly seldom, so I don't really get the opportunity to do that, and I don't know how I'm actually pretty sure he'd be pretty comfortable in doing it, but I don't really know for a fact, so you never know. That said, it's something that I would like to potentially do. But at the same time, you know, I might at some point this weekend try to throw together a stream for Injustice 2 to get the hype back up for the Ninja Turtles. Because as soon as that gets released and I find out about it, it's being bought. Matter of fact, next paycheck I'm probably just gonna get all the DLC characters because I don't know. I really do feel bad, like I said. I don't want to have people feel like they're being neglected in terms of viewership here, you know. I want to make sure I cater to as many people in my sub base as I can to make sure that y'all are happy, you know. But obviously, realistically, that's not going to be doable unless I get feedback from my community. And so that's why, again, like I've mentioned this before a couple times to at least I think you guys. But I know for a fact that a lot of people probably either don't pay attention enough to know this or they just haven't seen it yet. But my channel trailer, I think, actually goes over it pretty well. But this channel was meant to be sub-controlled, pretty much. Like, I'm just doing the games that I'm doing because they're what I like to play, and my subs haven't told me otherwise. You know, like, I want you guys to vote and talk to each other about what games you'd like to see me play, because that's what I started this channel for. I started it because I don't know, I wanted to do something different. I was bored, I didn't really have a hobby, and I decided that I would do this. And, you know, it's like, my video games are my hobby. That's my main hobby. And so that among music, reading, drawing, you know, and sometimes writing, I didn't really have other hobbies, and so I kind of wanted to give myself something to do to kind of occupy my time. And so what I ended up doing was just going, okay, I'm gonna, let's see, Fallout. Which one did you say you wanted me to start with? Because I'm open to doing it. Like I said, man, that's the whole point of my channel. If it's reasonably priced and I have the extra funds for it and we can agree on a good time for it, then I would be happy to. I would like to keep the schedule because the schedule works for me really well, as a matter of fact. We can, obviously, when a game gets completed, we can work together and figure out the next game to take its place. The next game to take this one's place is going to be Final Fantasy XII. I've already decided that, and that's going to happen. And if y'all don't like it, I'm sorry, but that game is amazing, and I have to play it for you guys. Like, you guys will like it, I guarantee it. It's awesome. It might not look like the old school games, but it is a fantastic addition to the series, and I think you guys will really appreciate it when you get the chance to watch it. That being said, what I'm talking about though is like after, say, I beat South Park. Okay, right now as it stands, Dissidia is taking its place, unless I hear otherwise from you guys. I personally would really like to play Dissidia and stream it for you guys because I've noticed that there's an interest in it. And my channel, it isn't like always during the live streams, but people come back and watch the archive, which is pretty cool. And I've gotten a decent amount of views. It's actually one of my most viewed live streams in the last couple months. So yeah, at this point, Tuesday night after I complete South Park the Fractured Butthole, I'm probably going to switch over to Dissidia NT unless I hear that there's like an outcry for something different. Fortnite's probably gonna stick around on Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Those days are the days that I want you guys to really, put your 2 cents in on what you guys like to see, because as long as you guys do that, I can do that for you. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday are my good days for streaming. Like I have all day essentially. Like as soon as I get home from work on Friday, if I don't have my daughter, I have it all day. Did I complete Don't Starve Together? That's a game that you can't really complete, but I can go back to it if you guys would like to have some streams of that. I've got friends that have been expressing interest in wanting to play it again with me, which would be fine. I have no problem with that. The only reason I quit playing it, kinda, is because it was really frustrating. It really is. I'm not very good at it, is really the problem. And I'm okay with saying that. Yeah, exactly. And that's pretty much what I'll be doing. Like, on my weekends, if I don't have my daughter, I have nothing better to do except for spend time with Mystica, and we do that all the time. Like, she's always right next to me, so or unless she's at work, and generally speaking, that's what she's doing on my weekends. So yeah, I mean, I would like for us to all be able to work together and decide on something that we would like to interact with, or interact with each other on. And if you guys don't already have my Twitter information, I'll make sure you guys get that in the live chat. Really? I didn't know that you lost your account. I thought you just got a new one. That's unfortunate, my friend. Let's turn this speed down. I don't really need the speed for this. Okay. I don't know what level Mistodons are, so they could be... Ooh, I hit him for max damage. That's pretty good. See, it's pretty strange that in Dissidia NT, Cloud has a move called Cherry Blossom, yet nowhere, and I mean nowhere, in Final Fantasy do I remember at all any attack whatsoever that Cloud has that is even remotely hinted to as being called Cherry Blossom. Yet Freya from Final Fantasy IX has Cherry Blossom, but we don't have Freya in Final Fantasy Dissidia NT. Go figure. I wonder why that is. Dude, Butterfly Effect. I love that movie. It's actually a really decent movie. And notice how I didn't say good, because I don't want any film critic subs of mine to, like, come in and be like, it's actually a shallow and pedantic film, and I thought it was terrible, or something like that. I didn't want that to happen, so I said it was a fairly decent film. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. That said, obviously a lot of people don't necessarily share my sentiments on that, and that's totally okay. The reason I liked it so much, I think Ashton Kutcher actually did a really good job in that movie. Very convincing as a kook, to be quite honest, and that's why when he was in the loony bin, he was very convincing as an insane person. I actually really liked it, though. It was pretty good. Chocobo's Forest. Let's see, like a dash between Kit and Cat. Never had a dash. even though I remember it having a dash. It doesn't have a dash, huh? Like a hyphen between Kit Kat? That's weird, I didn't notice that. Shimmering Island, Estagaza, Ibsen's Castle, Water Shrine, Wind Shrine. Oh, nope, that's the Chocobo's Air Garden. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so it's over on the Forgotten Continent. Yeah, let's get over here. Boop. Alright, first things first, we need to find ourselves a spot to land. Because we're going to save real quick, because we don't want to go up there after power leveling Quina up to 65 and lose all that progress because we get our butts kicked. Because that's what's going to happen, probably. Oh, really? Dang. You know, I think that's the Mandela effect, not man. Is it Mandala or Mandala? I'll have to check that out, but I know for a fact that they have a name for that. I'm saving real quick. I don't know if I just did, but I'm saving again just in case. But yeah, Berenstain Bears. I've seen both, and I'm not kidding about that. Like, I swear to God, I've seen both of them, but I'm wrong, which is funny because I don't remember being wrong because I've seen the books. I've seen them thousands of times. Like, I actually have one of the books. It's one of my daughter's books in the house. But I swear to God, I've seen Berenstain, not Berenstain, but it's Berenstain. It's funky, isn't it? Right? Isn't that funky? It's the weirdest thing, but you know, human memory is actually not very good. That's why eyewitness testimony is trash half the time. It makes sense to have a dash, absolutely. That's why it always tripped me out to think that, you know, I was wrong about the whole Berenstain Bears thing. I was like, why would they be called the Berenstain Bears? That's not a name in real life, is it? Like, I've heard Steen before and Stein, but definitely not Stain. That's kind of a weird name, you know. But you never know. Open menu. I want to make sure we're at full health. Okay, we did tent right before. That's perfect. Human memory or universal correction? Yeah. Hey, human memory is dog poop in terms of accuracy. That hurt. Damn. Let's give a mighty guard. Protect on party members. Okay. Come on, don't shrink. There we go. Hit that SOB. You telling me that only did 1,000 damage to him? That was weak. Let's try again. Doomsday me. Hit me with that Doomsday, baby. No! You son of a bitch! I hope Angel Snack will fix that. Otherwise, I'm pretty much effed. Doomsday me. No, don't curse me. What are you doing? You're not supposed to curse me. Oh, God, of course I forgot. I could have sworn they had... Why don't they have that? I swear to God I did that last week. All of my characters last week, I made sure of it because I was really paranoid. But I made sure every one of my characters last week had clear-headed on. But apparently this week I didn't have clear-headed on. Hold on. Why are you not using Doomsday? This is ridiculous. He's such a cheating son of a bitch. Auto life. Where's my auto life at, dude? What the fuck is going on? Now you're gonna level 4 holy me? Everybody's dead. Oh my god, she tanked that? There's no way. Just die already, Freya, please. You're not gonna win. Thank you. Cheating. Skilled boy. I don't think so, buddy. He's not got skills, he's cheap, dude. He's like... I don't even know how to accurately describe the frustration that this guy causes. But what I can say is that I've never before in my life played a game with a boss that, yes, you heard me right. I didn't stutter. I said he's cheating. And yes, I'm not kidding. He is cheating. Because he is doing something that is not in his program behavior. That is cheating. He is an AI and he is cheating. Because he is altering his own programming. That's cheating, bro. I mispronounced. I love it. That's great. I mispronounced skills. Oh yeah, you're right. And I'm also mispronouncing cheating. It's actually pronounced Ozma. You're right. Cheater is pronounced Ozma. But yeah, anyway, no, I mean, honestly, this dude is cheating, pretty much. Because, like, any other time I've ever fought him, he literally just spams Doomsday. And he hurts himself and me. Well, he doesn't hurt me, because I'm smart and I absorb it, but he hurts himself every single time. But that time, he never used it once. And either that, or he will sit there and spam curse, which is ridiculous, but he didn't do that either. Like, he's not going by his normal programming, and it's really irritating because I know that obviously he's going to have some sort of randomness in his programming, but he's just entirely random, and it's irritating. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are you trying to die? Okay. I don't want egoist armlet. I thought I told you that. What is going on here? Demon's Vest. No, I don't want reduced. I want absorbed. Don't you dare tell me I can't absorb. I will tell you right now, you're lying to me. Okay, where the heck did that go? It's gonna really irritate me. What is even going on? I swear, like, all of the stuff I did last week isn't even here anymore. Like, Ninja Gear, Black Robe, Promise Peace, Maiden's Prayer. What does Maiden Prayer do again? Teaches me something. Auto regen. Okay. Let's see. Give her the ribbon. Oh, I have 3 ribbons, huh? Dang. I'm gonna give her the... I'm gonna have to give her one of the pumice pieces. Which, if I remember correctly, are probably on Aiko. Open menu. Equip. Aiko. Take that. Off of her. Select party members. Quina. And open menu. Equip. Pumice piece. Alright. Oh. Good thinking. I just remembered. Clear-headed has to be on me. Prevent stop, but doesn't prevent slow, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need that. Auto regen's on. Let's see what we got here. We need 2 more for auto regen. We don't need either of those for now. Go with auto regen for Zidane. He's got what we need. Okay, we're good on him. Let's equip. She's got auto regen and clear-headed, so she's good. I want to give him auto regen too, so we'll do that. Let's add status. We'll give him auto regen for now, and we need to give him clear-headed. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of his level up because he's 78. Doesn't really need to level up much more. There we go, and then we'll... I should listen to Sabaton. I probably should. I haven't yet, but that doesn't mean I won't. Nothing to worry about. You should listen to Sepultura. Chaos AD! Oh my god, dude. The song Refuse Resist is so awesome, man. I guarantee you would love that song. It's fantastic. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Alright, let's give this puppy a shot, another shot here. After this try, which is more than likely going to end in failure, we'll probably call it a night, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Okay, spiritual power, raise the attack range. Okay, attack, black magic. Let's give him flaring, my caster, of course, and killing said caster. Did I not have auto life on her? What the fuck was that? Oh my god. Sorry about the language on that little one. If you heard that, I apologize. I did not mean to put that on. It's called Refuse Resist. It's by Sepultura. Guarantee you will like that song. And if you don't, I'm really surprised, because if you like Sabaton, you probably end up liking Sepultura. And there goes Zidane. He's dead. Luckily Vivi survives it. Oh, Zidane didn't die. It would be so awesome if he was like level 80 right now, Ozma, because then he'd be dead. If he wasn't immune to it. Which we all know he is. Because I'm not lucky. And then watch, he's gonna go and murder her. Okay, start regenning, Quina. I don't have all day. I need you to survive, lady. Thingy. God, I hate Meteor. It kind of blows. Doomsday. Stop deathing me, you fucker. Or you butthead. Sorry. I'm bad. I'm sorry. For sure. Can we stop return magicking on his death spells? We can't death him, guys. Return magic him on his Doomsday spell when he uses it on us finally, and that'll be good. Okay, Ozma. Yeah, well, only reason I'm trying not to is because I've got my little one here, and I don't want to sit there and swear and, like, get her doing it. I'm trying to lead by good example, and unfortunately I'm not the best example sometimes. And so it causes me to worry that she's going to end up growing up and being a brat child, which I'm not okay with. Oh my god, here we go. How the flip did you instantly kill 2 of my party members with Curse, but the other 2 tanked it? What is up with that goddamn move? I don't understand why that kills all of my party members that easily. Like, it doesn't even make sense as to how that would work. Come on, Kiraga yourself again, so I have a chance to revive my characters. Okay. Quina. Oh, stupid Ozma. You suck. And that's probably gonna tank. Nobody's gonna probably tank that except for maybe Freya. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you for missing. Thank you for having bad accuracy, Ozma. That's the only thing that I can really say I'm happy about you being around for. Dragon's Crest, and then Angel Snack. Come on. Can I get a word in edgewise, please? There goes Vivi. He's dead. Probably everybody, actually. Oh wow, I'm surprised. Okay, so Black Magic Flare. What? Okay, alright. You ready for this? I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, I'm just gonna tell you why you should give it another shot before you make your mind up on that. Okay? You know how The Force Awakens went, and how they killed off my favorite character in the entire series? You know how that made me feel? It made me feel pretty bad, dude, I'll be honest. And I get where you're coming from, because it probably made you feel pretty similar with the way that they did the movie, you know, and I'm sure probably how they ended it off with you-know-who not making it through the in battle. I totally understand how you feel in that aspect, but the reason that I'm not upset about The Last Jedi is because it set out to do exactly what they wanted to do with it. Which is, they wanted to give a proper end to the original cast, because obviously they have a new cast. You know, they have the new characters, And this is now no longer going to be all about the old characters. It's going to be about the new characters. And they needed a way to segue those characters out, so that way they could bring these new characters' stories to the forefront where they're going to belong in this new trilogy. That being said, I totally understand how you feel, like not liking the fact that they did it the way they did, but all in all, I'm actually pretty happy with the way that Rian Johnson did it. You know, I'm not overly excited about the fact that, you know, my characters are leaving the series, but I'm happy that the way that they're doing it is at least in a semi-intelligent way. Oh my god, can you stop with the flippin' death spells? I'll say this. Rose was terrible. She was probably the worst part in that entire movie, except for the whole casino scene. That said, the movie otherwise was fine, and actually held up fairly well, in my opinion. But, obviously, of course, we're gonna have a difference of opinion here and there, and I don't mind that. I'm just saying, for what it's worth, I enjoyed it. Obviously, there were some parts where I had to suspend my disbelief pretty hard. But, all in all, it was a pretty good movie. To me. Okay, we need to get moving, guys. Come on. We need to move a little faster. Those death spells aren't skills, those are just irritating. And then he's Kiraga himself. Because he's a dirty rotten. Yeah. Come on, let's get it rolling, boys and girls. Oh my fucking god, are you serious right now? And then he gets a full heal because he's now using Doomsday. Finally. Fucking asshole. I hate this game. I don't really hate this game. I love this game, but I hate this piece of garbage. Ozma's the biggest piece of trash boss in all of Final Fantasy history, if you ask me. What the fuck do you mean, guard? What is wrong with this game, dude? Oh my god! Alright, buddy. Have a good one, bud. Thanks for joining. And he doesn't even do max damage. That's some horse shit, if you ask me. No, this is an optional boss. The final boss is a piece of cake. This guy here is basically entirely luck-based, so that's why I'm getting my ass kicked the entire time. Now, this is an optional boss, but he's harder than the last boss. That's for sure. Anybody you talk to will guarantee you will probably tell you that he's either the hardest Final Fantasy boss ever, or one of the hardest bosses ever in the entire series. Yeah, not a problem, bud. It was good to have you here. Thanks again. Good night, man. Alright, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night on this fight, because I'm obviously not doing it right. We're gonna go ahead and regroup. Try again next week. And hope again that our next week's stream will be exclusively Ozma fights. So, yeah, if it takes me all night on my stream, I'll do it all night until I win. But, yeah, all week, or all next Thursday night, it's gonna be Ozma fights until I beat him. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys didn't, I apologize. We are trying to surmount this boss. Once we do, we'll continue on with the story. But, yeah, again, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more. And we will catch you next Thursday when we continue and hopefully finally surmount this difficult boss that is Ozma. Thank you very much again for watching, and we will catch you next time. Peace.